link to him, so just in case. You say you thought I was live. I was going to go live. I was waiting for Lloyd. His camera is not working. Yo, what are you doing, bro? So I don't know why Lloyd's camera is not working, but I hope he can be able to come and we can just do audio because we've delayed for like 10 minutes. You say that nice setup, that one. This is my ring light which I used to use some time back and it broke, man. It broke. It doesn't have the stand anymore, so I attach a battery to it like that and I use it. Then that one I think there's a name that they call those ones. You can use them for video recording to create like scenes and stuff like that. I don't know. I think Lloyd can just be able to join. Lloyd, if you can hear me, you can just come on the show. I think audio is okay. We just do audio. Because first, I think there's a way that when you press the, but if you're here, of course, hit the like button so that you get recommended to many people, so that many people can be able to come in. You say that even that one looks nice. Thanks a lot, man. This is the only odd one out, yeah. The green screen, but it helps sometimes when I'm making videos. I hope you can just do audio. So Lloyd was here like a minute ago. Nashkul, the only thing that is not great as of now is this microphone. Yeah? So apparently this microphone is very good, but you need to buy with the dongle. I think we call it dongle or the receiver of it. So the receiver, you attach it on the screen. So the receiver, that way, if I attach it on the laptop, I mean USB port, it works much better. But now I'm using Bluetooth and it has some sort of it has some issues. I tried to fix it, but it's unfixable. But it can stay with power for like 10 hours or 11 hours. But now, man, I should have bought with the receiver. But thanks a lot. You say that I look healthy. Man, I've been eating ugali. You know, we've been eating ugali and stuff like that. But I also need to go and lose some weight, man. I think right now I'm like 83 kgs or something. So, but today we were supposed to do a live. Yes, I did. Neil, how are you doing? That's the question that you want to ask Lloyd. Does it collect infrared and ultraviolet light at night? So actually, no, it doesn't. But Neil, you say that US can be able to do so. Then I say that why can't you come on the show one day? Then you refused again. You never replied me. But it doesn't. I think it only collects the light from LEDs alone. It doesn't collect those ones at night. Yes, I was able to manage to do that. So basically, I found out why the reason why I got demonetized was because I was using like same titles, like features, pricing, and more of this robot, features, pricing, and more of robotics, features, pricing, and that. So I figured out that one, and also I was repeating thumbnails. So I even did not delete a lot of stuff. I just changed titles and thumbnails and stuff like that. Then I got back. So I figured the issue. So yeah, so I got it back. It turns out it's not really a crime. But I'm waiting for Lloyd. I hope he can be able to join. He says okay. I hope he's on the way. I don't know why suddenly things are not working well, but let me share this link that Trovman is sharing. Lloyd is saying okay, so I hope that you can just be able to come and do audio. Yes, just join, do audio. Yes, Nashkul, soon we'll come to Uganda, man. We do a show that side. But thanks a lot. But yeah, I figured out my mistake. I said that I will make a video about it to maybe educate someone else, to educate any other person who might make the same mistake and they lose monetization. Not really. Again, this a while ago when this year I've been indoors a lot of times, so I don't really walk a lot outside. That's why. But I need to do what? I need to. Yo, Travman, you're sharing my video. What? Travman, you're sharing my video. Yeah, I was saying that I need to go to like start going to gym or maybe doing some work, so maybe go back to like construction site work. I don't have my list of questions, but there's some that I want to know, like but Lloyd is here. Yeah, Lloyd is here. I don't know, Travman, you just shared my video. Oh, but I think there's a question that Travman posted. Lloyd, oh, I see. I understand. Lloyd is here, but I think there's some noise on his side. But Lloyd, if you can hear me,
Can you hear me, Chris?
yeah.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you perfect too. So, although there's some noise on your side, but I think it's okay. There's some like
Okay.
you said it is a fan. So I took the video that you had shared, then I put the link to YouTube AI Pro, not Gemini Pro version. I think you know Gemini. Then I did ask it the question like, is this possible or not? Then Gemini went ahead to say that it's not possible, what you were demonstrating in that video. I figured because you use AI a lot, it also makes sense for me to just take the same AI and have it look at it. And it also raised some questions like the point where there's a point in the video you're disconnecting the LEDs, but the system was still going, showing that it is charging. Which when we had the live stream with ID, he came out to point out that because this second battery, I mean this, are you still around? I think Lloyd is even gone. I think Lloyd is having some connection issues and also, I don't know. Yep. But let's just continue. I think Lloyd is having some connection issues. It dropped. I don't know, maybe the network. You said that you want me to read the comment you shared. So this comment was shared by Travman himself, and upgrading the solar cube plus charge controller materials fast efficiency stack. So your case, which did you use also? Did you like use also AI for this? Showing that you have to use optical cavity. You're back, Lloyd. Build the MOSFETs, add nano transformers, thermal management via. I think there's some connection issues with Lloyd. It's coming back, it's dropping. Usually that is network. Lloyd, whenever it does that, sometimes it is a network issue. Maybe your network connection is not that strong. But when you are on, I was able to hear you. You can call me on WhatsApp and I will put the phone here. Lloyd, you can call me on WhatsApp and maybe I just explain and put the phone here, then the people can be able to hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. You say that you are unable to hear me. You can't hear me. Do you, are you able? Uh, yes, I checked them, but now you see, I had some questions which they are not in those ones because that one, like I was trying to say, there's those. Uh, I mean, the messages that you shared, most of them were AI, right? Yeah, so that's why I said now, I said now are you still around? Lloyd, maybe can I? Yeah, I can hear you. Um, yeah, but connectivity is not good. I was thinking maybe I call you on WhatsApp, then I just put it here in loud. I think, yeah. Mm, not really. Mm, let me call you on WhatsApp. Let me call you on WhatsApp. Yeah, then I'll put it up like here. I think closer to the mic. Or you guys can be able to hear Lloyd's voice well. I think it is disconnecting. I think there's connectivity issue, or I don't know what is going on. I think internet issue on your side. Yes, I had AI help me write it in a language. Yeah. Guys, you let me know if you can be able to hear him. But I think this will be a little bit better. Oh. But my side connectivity is okay, I think. You can see my side everything is okay. I have a very fast internet speed, but I don't know. It's not also picking. Man, I don't know what is happening, but I think there's internet issues on his side, but my side I'm very like okay. You see, I have good speed, so I don't know what is up with him on his side. I don't know. He's not even picking as well. hmm The thing is, but it's okay. We can go on anyways. Maybe I don't know if Neil is still around, but what does the video link have to do? So what Trubman is trying to show, he also had asked AI, and also he had some of his own ideas about the same, in case you want to build like a similar system. And Trubman shared his different versions of it. So let me just share it. So, but also I also tried to ask AI, because I'd seen that Lloyd was sharing with me a lot of AI links about I think about what we had talked about, and the whole thing. So I figured also the best way to, because for him he usually bases that a lot on AI. I figured the best way would be to also me to just use AI to interpret his video, and I did, and AI said that it is not, or maybe before I check out this what Trauman has just shared, let me look for that and open it in a minute, and then before we continue. So I don't know if I think there's issues with this internet. The internet is dropping. The internet is dropping. It's not even accepting WhatsApp. Maybe the hotel where is staying. Hey Lloyd.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, but yeah. I think it's okay. Somehow disconnecting, but okay.
Okay.
I think the place
I can hear you clearly.
you moved to a different place or what?
Yeah, the internet is different in my new place.
Yeah, because that one is it's not like the other one. The other one, where you are last time, the internet used to be good.
Yes, this is true.
So let me confirm if they can be able to hear you. Anyone who is watching, can you be able to hear Lloyd if I do it like this? Just type a Y if you can be able to hear him. Say something, Lloyd. Say something. I confirm. But I think,
how's everybody doing? Can anyone hear me?
I think they should be able to hear you. How can I feed the secondary audio? Okay. Can anyone confirm, please, if you can be able to hear Lloyd? No one is confirming. I just say that a few people are watching, but we had a lot of people initially, but I think because ID is saying that it's not great, but it works. So if it works, I think it means it can be able to hear you. But it doesn't work. Maybe best like if you join.
Yeah, it's going in and out, but I could hear you clearly when I was on.
Yeah. Yours was going off sometimes. I think like it is as if your internet speed was dropping a lot, and
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it was going in and out.
It's okay. But yeah, but this way you can be able to maybe.
Whether it's the president who got married in a flash or the Dragon King and the God of War, you can watch the finale in one go. You can.
So
The president who got married in a flash or the Dragon King and the God of War.
You're playing a video.
No, I opened you up in there.
That way
I
to.
opened you up in so I could see you.
Okay.
So I see you.
Yeah. Oh, the first question that I wanted to know, even AI wanted to know, was like I told you that I'd placed the video in AI. What is the name of Gemini Pro, and Gemini Pro was pointing out to that about minute 3 of your video where you are disconnecting it from the power source. You're disconnecting the LEDs, but still it was showing that it is charging. Like,
Yeah,
how is that? So that's why. Yeah.
That's because of the battery loop. That 10 amps and the 12 volts was still charging.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you very well.
Okay, so yeah, soon as the step down from the battery was hooked into it was automatically charging. But that's called a loop. So it was enough energy to turn on the charge controller and send it back into the battery itself. But the extra energy, the incoming energy, is coming from the solar part, which was 17 volts. So that's what gives it the extra wattage. So you have, now that you put that in parallel, because that's the two charge controller rules, you're getting both the energy from the solar and you're getting the energy coming from the battery itself, which I showed you, because remember I did that first video that I showed how the wiring would go, and that I did all the wiring. I showed you that if you pump extra energy in there, you get the extra watts, and then the system will start working. But that was with the MPPT and a 36-volt battery.
Okay, but at that place, that's why I was hoping maybe you'll be on video today. It could have been perfect, because at that place, like if you were to do what, say if you were to determine the measurements, or to determine like the wattage and whatever that is coming out from the LEDs, and also its wattage and voltage as well, and what you're feeding in, because it looked like just this same battery that's just you're just looping it, and it's not like you're introducing anything new into the system. What the soul,
Yeah,
what it's like, yeah.
But you have two sides. You have the solar incoming, which is just voltage.
Yeah.
And I've been explaining in my books and everything, if you just have voltage and very little amps,
Yeah.
then you can take the amp from the battery, loop it into the charge controller, and then you'll now have the battery pushing in the amperage. Okay.
But now,
and then you can have the voltage that you had originally from the solar cells. That was called amp injection. I wrote books about this, remember?
Yeah, but now the question is, I think even AI had the same issue when you talk about amp injection at that point. Like, how sure are you that you're only getting wattage or watts from this same battery that you have looked?
Well, that's the reason why we have people who are beta testing this. Remember all the people that I showed you, and I showed you all the other people who were doing the same tests?
Yeah, but majority of them, I'd only see them being able to do the voltage thing, but not really the thing to do with amp injection.
No, they were doing the amp injection. And we were doing amp injections with two things, with the Bowler system. We were taking the solar and the battery, and if you see my last two videos, you've seen that we're taking it directly from the batteries and pumping it directly into the system. That was also called amp injection, because the solar Garden chargers had a solar, an IC chip, and a battery, correct?
Yeah.
If you're hearing me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so then if it's taken from the battery, we're taking the amps and the voltage from the battery, which is going into the solar part of the charge controller. So we're taking it directly from the battery, and the solar is just keeping the battery charged. That's also called amp injection.
So like that way, you're still taking the same voltage and wattage from the same battery, and you're feeding it through the charge controller. Yeah? Doesn't it mean like now, because if you run that battery for a long period of time, or if you put like a heavy load on it, doesn't it mean like it's going to run down and run out of charge?
But your regular solar runs down.
Yeah, but
if you listen, wait a minute, because in the video, I ran it down, correct?
Yeah.
Then I turned it off, and it charged back up. Did you not see that part?
I saw that part, but I also asked my AI, and it said that part is still within the bounce back.
Wait a minute. So wait a minute. How much energy would you call bounce back? Because we went down to 11, and then you saying it jumped all the way back up to 12.7.
No.
So how much energy was it supposed to bounce back?
And
we did it more than once.
Yours went, the one that you showed in the video, on the charge controller, it showed it went, I think, up to, was it 12.6 or 12 point, let me look for it here.
It was 12.7 or 12.6.
I think.
And then we ran it down.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
And then, so how much bounce back do you normally get?
So, from what I've seen on the internet, when it comes to bounce back on things like a fan, yeah. If you run like a fan on it, they say that the bounce back is between 0.05 to 0.5 volts. And
okay, but we were way over that. Look how much you talking about bounce back.
Let me see.
That's what I'm saying. If you watch the video, look how much they bounce back.
So yours on the charge control, I think there's a point where it's on the screen.
And we're watching the battery.
On the what? On the charge controller it shows 12.6, yeah. But when you measure with your voltmeter, it was showing 12.7, right? Right?
I see. Yeah, I see 12.7.
Yeah, and on the charge controller at the same time, it was showing 12.6. Yeah.
12.6.
Yeah.
Then I went below. But I went below 12.6.
No, so you never showed that one because
so at one point,
you see the inverter, the inverter that is the inverter that is at the bottom, that one was showing when the charge controller was showing 12.6, that one was showing I think 12.2 or something.
Yeah, so go back to where the inverter was saying. Go back to where the inverter is saying the number.
So
see what the inverter said.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is all these numbers are different, yeah? So I'm trying to use the one that you use with the meter when you're measuring. Let me go to the inverter. The inverter, I think it went all the way to 12.2, if I'm not wrong, when you showed on the video.
See, and that one says 12.4.
The inverter is here.
So it's when you go down to the lowest amount of energy, you know that it was more than just 5.0 points that bounced back.
So
because it went all the way back up to 7. It went up to 12.7.
That one, you see, you had different meters, like the one that you're measuring with. I think here we have the inverter. Here it's showing 12.4 when you are running the inverter. On the meter it shows, on the MPPT it shows 12.4, but here on this one it shows 12.1, right? Shows that yeah, which shows that there's a difference, like there's lots of voltage.
Towards the end where we were charging it back up. You're talking about when we were running it down.
No, you are the one who said that I come to this point. So I'm just showing you that there's like a difference. So when you go to the point where you are charging it back, you began from 12.73 on your meter. 12.73 on your meter, but on the MPPT it was showing something different. I think 12.6.
Okay.
So if if we follow the one on your meter jumped from 12.73 all the way to 12.78. Then you said that this is big voltage, this is no bounce back in the video. That's why I went ahead and looked for that one to see the bounce back between that, and I saw it's between 0.5 to 0.05, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do 12.73 and 12.78, it still falls within bounce back.
So here's what you can do. You can actually do it yourself and see if it's just bounce back.
So
that's what the test was put there for people to do the experiment. So if it's just bounce back, then you should be able to do nothing, because the whole point is that we're running the fan, correct?
Yeah.
That means we're taking energy out of it, and then when we turn it off, you saying it's just bounce back, but then when we do it again, because we did it more than once, it bounced back again. So how many times are we supposed to get bounced back without losing energy?
Yeah, so before you started running the fan, like already maybe that battery was already full, you had already charged it elsewhere. I don't think that it was the LEDs that charged it to full capacity. Yeah, most probably you had already charged it somewhere. So when I was watching the video, that is when you see like it just seems like you're just what you're getting, the same batteries, you're just reusing it over time. That's why when you run like the fan,
so what you're saying is that the solar
it wasn't doing anything. Yeah, even AI said so. It wasn't.
AI said that solar was doing nothing.
Yeah, the AI that I also tried to ask AI for on the same, and AI said.
Okay, but wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Let me show you.
So the whole point is where did the 17 volts go to? So if you're saying it's doing nothing, so it just disappeared? The 17 volts coming in from the charge controller was at the solar part. Where did that energy go?
That's why I was hoping today, if you're live, you can if the camera was on, you can be able to measure that 17 volts. What is the current does it have? Because if it doesn't have any current, then that 17 volt is just zero. Like the power of it is just zero. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the point.
Let me show you this.
If you have,
you see this one?
Hold on. You said it was supposed to be zero. It's supposed to be zero.
Yeah.
If you have two charge controllers, because this is what they said, because what we were doing with the one, it's called a bottleneck.
Yeah.
The bottleneck only lets you have the number that's going into the system. It will only read that going into the system, but the rest of the energy coming in is going to be at that level. It pulls it down, it doesn't disappear. Okay?
Yeah.
That's why I said when you go back to the first video, which I showed you at 36, the MPPT says no, it cannot charge because it's already at 36. But as soon as I had put the extra energy into it,
yeah,
to show you how much energy we were doing, it started charging, but it still read 36 because we're at a bottleneck. But that energy doesn't disappear. You just said it's at zero. So you're just saying that the energy that we're putting in from the solar does not count. It just sits there. It just disappears.
Either
possible because it has to go somewhere.
Either zero or a very minimum amount, because like energy,
how does it go to zero? It goes down to 12 volts.
Like you're
not zero.
You're saying voltage as energy, which is different. Like you're supposed to consider both of them, like current and voltage. They're supposed to go together. So
voltage are made of the same thing, ions.
You're saying that current and voltage are made of the same thing?
Yes. It's called ion energy. It's ions.
Anyways, let me show you. This is what Look, do you see on the screen what AI said about the video? I placed the link and I say watch this video and let me know if what Lloyd talks about is possible by feeding 5 volts to LEDs that light low light solar panels and then charge a 12 volt battery. So it says that based on this, what you're trying to do is not possible, and it's commonly known as a perpetual motion machine or over unity system, a system that generates more energy than it
But
consumes.
wait a minute. You know why? Do you know why it's saying perpetual motion machine?
Yeah.
Because it's trying to say that we're just running in a loop and not bringing in new energy. So when I attach the energy, why didn't you say it's not? You're saying it's a closed loop, but it's not a closed loop because we're bringing in fresh energy from the solar panels.
You're saying you're
The solar panel,
look,
and the solar panel was
look.
plugged into a battery, correct?
Sorry, I forgot. Look, you can what we can be able to do. If I don't know if I can switch on the mic, the camera.
I'm reading what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that you're making it seem like it's a closed loop.
Yeah.
That's why it's telling you that it's impossible because you're saying that we're running in a circle like stirring a cup with water.
Yeah.
If you take a cup of water and you stir it, that's going in a circle. But if you put a straw in there and you take energy out, there's no new energy going in. But that's not what I showed on the video. I had an external battery. I had the solar running on the external battery, and that energy was going into the system. So why didn't you say that he had energy coming from the solar, which is not a closed loop?
So I think it said something about the same here, but I'm going to find it. Like the easiest way that you could have convinced me, like right now, if I can switch on the video, then you just measure what you're getting from the LEDs. That you're saying energy, because you're saying voltage as energy, which is not the same thing. So if you can be able to measure,
it's not. Well, okay, wait a minute. Let's establish if voltage is not energy or it's not the same thing. What is it?
voltage.
You have to establish that. If you saying voltage is something else, what is it?
The good thing is I'm on AI, so let me just ask it right now.
Okay, because this is what you should get. If voltage is a pressure of ions, and then the amps is the amount of the pressure, ions, they are of the same thing. They're both ions. They're just at a different state. One is giving you pressure and one is giving you push.
So they say that to get actual electric energy, voltage must be multiplied by amount of charge flowing, measured in
yes,
which is current. So for you, you're just quoting one part as energy, like you're taking this one part of it. That's why I was saying if I can switch on
it said wait a minute. Your AI just said voltage itself is not energy.
Yeah, voltage itself is not energy.
Okay, so tell me this: if you put voltage into a charge controller by itself, will the charge controller come on?
You're saying that if you put...
Okay, so wait a minute. If you're under 12 volts with your charge controller, it'll say that there's no energy coming in from the solar. If you go over 12 volts, the solar panel comes on, and the energy from the charge controller starts to push into the battery. But if you're saying if it's not energy, then how does the charge controller come on when it reaches the level of over 12 volts?
But you're talking about you're feeding it the same system where you're feeding it both current and voltage. And this other case, you're only feeding in current with a very low... You're only feeding in voltage with a very low value of current.
What's established this?
Look.
Ask AI. Wait a minute. Ask AI if you have two dissimilar solar panels, that means two levels. One has high voltage but very little amps. The other one has a lot of amps but very little voltage. Do they use two charge controllers and put them in parallel to the battery to get both of them to add up? That means play nicely with it. Can you ask that question?
Before I ask that question, I think there's even
The reason why you ask that question is because now it established whether if both these energies either equal out to zero, or it's saying that both of them are contributing to the watts. Because voltage.
It is a very small amount. It will be a very small amount. I don't know if you can be able to see on the screen. This is what AI said about the same. Say that this is from your video. You're saying that I did not tell it that you're putting in energy from a different source. So it said that where is the current measurement, because it did not show the current measurement, and say that voltage alone does not equal charging. I don't know if you get that. Voltage alone does not equal charging. To prove the battery is actually gaining capacity, we need to measure the actual current.
We're not just doing voltage alone.
No, you're saying your system.
Changing the question.
You're saying your system is.
I'm asking you this.
You're saying
saying that we cannot take voltage and amperage from two different sources. Is that the question?
Yeah, like based on your video.
Wait. I have to understand the question first. So you're saying that we cannot take amperage and voltage from two different sources. Is that the question?
Let me switch them off a little bit. Monetization. Let me switch off ads a little bit. They're saying there's a lot of ads. Low. So to answer your question, I've known you like Lloyd now. I've known you for like over a year, and
yeah,
there's a time, if you remember last year April, you told me that you're planning to launch this thing. I think last year April 1st or something.
Yeah, I have investors. Yeah. And we are launching this.
But you see, it is 1 year later. It is right now. It is like somehow different from what you are talking about back then.
But this is what my books and stuff that I wrote about. I wrote about different parts of what we learned. Amp injection was one of them. And what I kept trying to tell you is that there's an industry standard, and if you ask the right questions, you're going to get the right answer. You're saying that we cannot take voltage and amperage from two different sources. So I'm asking you to ask AI if you have mismatched panels, that's two different levels of voltage and amperage, is it an industry standard that says two charge controllers make those two opposite work together? Because that means that you're taking amp from one source and voltage from another source. That's all it is. It's called the two charge controller rule. So the whole point is that if you don't look it up, then you didn't want to know the answer. Is it an industry standard about two charge controllers?
Let me look it up. But also, can I be able? Okay. Can we switch on the video? And if you can switch on the video, then you just measure. You can just measure for us like those things, because you have the system that you have your system right now that is running. We even don't have to like ask AI, because the thing about AI, last time when there was a few days ago when there was World Cup, there's a team which had not been sent home from the group stage, and AI was telling me 100% sure that the team has gone. Then I tell it, man, that team is still on, and it says sorry. Sometimes AI can hallucinate. So
when you ask AI about stuff that's to look up, like you saying where is Michigan, it'll tell you where Michigan is. is a state in United States. So I'm asking is do they have a rule about two charge controllers and why they use it? If you establish that,
Okay,
wait a minute.
send your question.
Use two charge controllers for a purpose.
What
are the purposes?
Tell me your question now. You want me to write it down. I ask it right now. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying that Lloyd is saying. Then I put your question. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see here. Really? And I had it right here ready to go. So let's do this.
The question. Are you sending the question?
History. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to you so you can understand.
ID saying that each charge controller contributes their own power levels.
Yes. That's again, there you go. Now you starting to understand that this is an industry fact that they use two charge controllers.
So
when they have a difference between two different solar panels.
So if this one, if one of it, the LED one is bringing in, let's say 17 volts, but 0.00 amperes, and each charge controller is contributing.
You're always gonna have amperage. It may be low ampere, it may be milliamp.
It's zero.
You always have amperage and voltage at every level.
It's gonna be 0.00. I even asked. There's a guy called Loyal or someone. There's a guy who was posting.
You cannot have amperage without voltage. It's physically impossible.
Like
you're always going to have some amount of amps, and you're going to always have some amount of voltage.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's gonna be 0.00 something. Yeah. So if you compute power between that 17 volts and 0.00 something, it means this second charge controller that you're talking about, what is contributing to the entire system, is like very nothing, even like it's not even worth it. Yeah.
When you add it to, if you add 17 volts.
Like
to the 10 amps, what do you get?
You're adding 17 volts to 10 amperes.
Yes.
Why?
Because you have amps at one side and you have a voltage on the other side, and they're both in parallel to the battery.
I doubt if it's working that. I wish you could just measure your system, but the camera is not coming on. Then you see. Because yeah, you send the question, then I confirm with it right now. Or I can open WhatsApp video. I think if I open WhatsApp video and I show it like this to the camera, they could see.
Where are you now? Hold on, I'm sending it over. Can you see that?
You've sent it on WhatsApp, or?
Yeah, I sent it to the WhatsApp.
No, that's a video.
Yes, I know, but what does it say?
I thought you wanted me to ask a question, and I wanted to ask it.
Wait a minute. Here's the thing. Go to Google AI.
I'm using Google AI.
Okay. So take that link and drop it into Google AI and tell her, is it such thing as two charge controllers? Just drop that link into the Google AI and says, is this real or is it fake?
Okay. Two or more solar charge controllers plus one battery. So that is to mean his setup is exactly the same as yours.
Yeah. Matter of fact, hold on. I can take a picture of what it looks like because, again, I'm doing the video. I was just waiting for pieces to come in. That's what the system looks like now. Remember, I was trying to show the video in steps. But again, we have to confirm if it's a two charge controller rule, and people said that two charge controllers will interfere with each other, and it will make the other one just disappear. He's saying this is a myth, that they do not interfere with each other, and that you can get two totally different wattages and voltage and make them play nicely instead of bottleneck. That's what they call it. That means when one a panel is pulled down by another panel, they call that a bottleneck. So to prevent bottlenecking, they use the two charge controller rule. This is an industry standard. That means, yes, I can have voltage, very high voltage on one side, and I can have very high amperage on the other side, and they now have to work together in parallel at the battery. So it doesn't go to zero. That means the energy from the voltage side and the amp from this side, two different incomes, have to now work together. Now you can take that to any AI and ask that question about the two charge controller rule, and it was like, yeah. Now I've had ChatGPT say there's no such thing as two charge controllers, and then when you asked it to go through the research, it says, well, yeah, you're right. It is two charge controllers because it's an industry standard.
So okay. I have the question. I have the answer, but I think you're not going to like it, anyways. But I was trying to read it first. Let me explode it on the screen. So basically, maybe you're still working on something that looks like what Will is showing. But I'm showing
it step by step.
I did ask AI to analyze your video and also to analyze his video and to see if like what you're presenting is what you're saying, what you're doing in a video can be proved by what Will is saying. So AI is saying that what you're talking about, or let me just read. Lloyd is using a classical logical fallacy. Say that it's called you're doing something called false equivalence. It's taking mathematically sound proven concept from Will Pro's video and incorrectly applying it to its own loop, even though the systems are doing completely different things. Here is a breakdown of what Will Pro's video actually proves and what absolutely does not validate a self-charging system that Lloyd is setting up. So he's saying that what Will Pro's video actually proves. In the video, Will Pro is a highly respected solar expert, is debunking a specific myth, the idea that if you connect two or more solar charge controllers to a single battery, they will fight each other and reduce the charging output. To prove this myth wrong, Will demonstrates that you can hook up multiple independent charging sources to a single battery at the same time. So he is showing that it is connected. He
Wait a minute,
proves
wait a
it.
minute.
He proves.
So it's saying
Let me
that
let me
two charge controller rule is a myth. That's what you said, right?
like Will was trying to prove that some people are saying that it is a myth or something, that it's not possible.
Yeah. Okay. So did you finish the video I just gave you and asked it, is this a myth?
So the AI says that what Will is doing is not a myth and it's possible.
Okay. So we established, wait a minute, we have to establish the two controller is an industry standard.
Yes. So
Okay.
remember,
now we have to establish why they use two charge controller, because we know it's not a myth. So you have to ask AI if this is not a myth. If you have high voltage and low, and you one that has high amperage but low voltage, does the two charge controllers make these two different voltages and amperages work together?
So remember, I'd already seen how you're gonna maybe react to that. So that's why I did ask it to compare it with your video. So it also goes ahead to show the differences between his setup and why your setup is wrong. So it even says here that likely Lloyd is going to say that, see, this Will proved you can hook up multiple charge controllers and loops to a battery, therefore my system works. I think that's exactly what you're saying. But then it goes to say that this is where Lloyd's logic completely falls apart. So basically, it's saying that for Will is getting his external source. Will is taking energy from outside the system. His solar panels are collecting new energy from the actual sun. His shore power charger is pulling new energy from the city power grid because he is constantly adding new external energy to the battery. Then that means that the battery charges. But in your case, it's saying that Lloyd has zero energy entering his system. He is pulling energy out of the battery to power. Let me finish. To power an LED, and then using a solar panel to try and push that exact same energy back into the system. So the thing is, like this energy that you're getting from the LED, that's actually, for me, that's what I wanted you to measure so that we can see it. So your setup and these are exactly the same, but for him is relying on the sun, and for you are relying on the LEDs. And from what I'd seen from, I think there's a guy called Love Royal or something on the WhatsApp group. There's a day a long time ago when I was still in it. There's a time he shared a video about the same, where he was able to get like I think 120 volts, doing what you usually do. But now when I told him to share current, when I told him to measure current and share, the current was he refused even to do it. I think because it was very minimal, maybe 0.00 something. So that means if you compute power, let's talk in the form of power. Like, we should talk in the form of power, not voltage, because for you, you're only saying that you're taking voltage, but voltage has to go together with current.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I sent you those answers. That's why I asked you, did you read what I sent you?
No,
because if you read it, you wouldn't be saying that.
Those answers were like AI. When you ask it something in a certain way, it will answer in a certain way. That's why for me, I also said, let me just put your video into AI so that it can also be able to interpret it on its own.
Yeah, but wait
so
a minute.
so you see
when you ask the question, this is the part you keep leaving out. So I have an external source of energy that's sitting right on the corner of the LED lights.
Yeah,
which is which I'm drawing in the power from.
Yeah, the power
run
bank.
The LED light. So why are you telling me that it's a loop? Because you're confusing AI. You say it's a loop, and I'm telling you that I'm taking this from an outside source.
Yeah. So you see, I did not tell AI anything like that. I told AI to watch your video, analyze it, and let me know what it thinks about it.
Okay, but
And
then you have to ask the question.
wait. Even the remember the AI, it watches the entire video, so it also saw what you're saying, and it said something about the same. It's just that now maybe you're not letting me to read like the full things. So it says if you put 5 watts from the battery to power the LEDs, which you're talking about the external source, yeah?
Yes, that's an external source. That means that when the lights go over the LED lights, because they're low intensity solar cells,
So
it puts out.
okay, so what it said, you'll be, if you do that, you'll be incredibly lucky if even you get 0.25 watts. Makes it back into the battery. The system operates at a massive net loss and will drain the battery completely. It just drains it slightly slower than if the solar panels were not there at all. Actually, I just put your
Okay.
video. I did not I did not tell it to look it through the video like in a certain way. No, I just put the link. I say analyze this video and let me know if this is this or not. You see, if this is true or not. And it went through the entire thing. It even shows you calculations of how solar panels are not efficient. It's talking about LEDs. Uh, LEDs are highly efficient compared to in the decent bulbs, like these normal bulbs, yeah? But they still max out at around 20 to 40% efficiency. The rest of those watts, 5 watts, is lost as heat. It goes on to say that light to electricity, the solar panels are not efficient. Even high-end commercial panels only capture about 15 to 22%. So it's trying to explain why you only get, if you're lucky, you're only going to get something like 0.25 watts from it. So it means the power that you're getting out of the system, even if it's 17 volts, and the power you're getting out is like that 0. Almost 0.1 or 0 point something, then the power that you're feeding into the system versus the power that you're bringing in, like, it's not going to make sense at all.
And so why didn't you count the 10 amps that you put on the other side?
No, you don't.
You're only doing one, but we're putting in 17 volts plus the 10 amps on the other side. But you're only counting one side and saying that doesn't make any sense.
So
when we said if the two charge controllers are bringing in high amps on one side and high voltage on the other side, because we only have the ones where they have the amps is only 12. It's at 12. So if you're bringing in higher than 12, okay, so 12 turns on the charge controller because it's at 12 volts. That's what it operates at. So if you now got over 12 volts on the other side, and you saying, oh, well, we only got voltage, so therefore it's only at this certain wattage, but you didn't count the other side. So again, when you ask the question, it says, look, he's bringing in 10 amps, 12 volts on one side, which is in parallel at the battery. And then on the other side, he's bringing in 17 volts and something like 20 milliamps or something. Do these things would play nicely when they're connected to the battery in parallel. That's what we asked when I gave you the documents, and I just asked you, does the two-charge controller prevents bottlenecking? Because that's what we were showing, that yes, the system bottlenecks. It will always be at 12 volts because it pulls down the 12 volts. But does the energy dissipate? Does it disappear? Does the 17 volts disappear, or do they stack it at 12 volts and keep stacking there, and therefore all that energy goes into the battery as wattage?
So there's a comment that you never measured the 10 amperes, but which is true, you never measured in the video.
It's right there under the silver box.
It is it.
What do you mean I didn't mention it? I even showed you how I hooked it up in the beginning of the box. That silver box says 10 amps and 12 volts.
That's you're saying the on the box of the of the step down.
Yes, the step
Okay.
down, because we didn't want to put the full 85 amps into the charge controller because it only can handle 60 amps.
Can I
So we use the step downs for the 10 amps.
Okay, can I bring up another
And
issue that
12 volts.
that AI add? There's another issue that AI add with your step down converter. So it says that there's no way you are able to power that, given that it was shown that it is 48 volts to 120 volts, and for you are powering it with 12 volts. It says that either that, I think I also saw that comment somewhere. Someone said that either that inverter wasn't on, or you had to pull in external power to do that, to power that that converter, step down converter. Let me read exactly what it says here. External power initialization. At the very beginning of the video, Lloyd powers the system using a 48 to 120 volts to 12 DC step down converter. This means a massive amount of external power was pumped into the battery to fill it before he isolated the loop. I see.
Oh, so it is coming from the battery.
Yeah, this one is saying you say.
Wait a minute. Can I ask you a question? Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I watched the video like I think 2 or 3 times.
Okay, so did you see me hook up the system? You watched me hook up the system, right?
Yeah.
So if that one with the brown and blue wire is going directly to the battery, and I put the step down booster into the system where the battery is, it has to draw energy from the battery, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I took the other 2 wires and I connected it to the solar part of the charge controller, which then the solar came on and showed that it was charging, because you have energy going in a cycle there. But then I put 2 more wires in there from the solar part, which is the new energy coming into the system. So now you have 4 wires at the solar part. I thought we were trying to establish that the energy coming in from the solar just went to 0 and did nothing, or it was contributing to what was going in a circle.
I think 0. I think almost 0. Maybe just a small amount.
But did you ask that specific question?
I can you can send it if you can send it. I ask it right now again. I'll just read it. I won't change it.
Okay.
You see if you can format it, maybe format it in the right way that you format, then it gives you the best answer. I tried to ask it, but what I was saying is, you see, you are running something that doesn't require heavy load. It was just a fan, yeah? And I think I was telling this to ID during the last live stream when he was on. For me, I come from the village. In the village, during the day, you can be able to, if during the day when the sun is hot, you can run your solar at the same time you're using an inverter with the battery connected to a bigger load, but you will not see like voltage dropping that way. So in this case, if you're just running a fan and the voltage is dropping that way, I don't think that it means that these LEDs are adding anything to it. It's just the, like, after the initial charge of the system.
And I'm asking
like if you
what
put,
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, did you ask that question?
No,
if you're pulling
look.
See, you keep saying that you're not asking that question, but so you're asking it a question that thinks that this is perpetual motion, that we're just getting energy from nowhere. We're asking if we pull energy from another source and pull it into this thing which is going in a loop, does it contribute to this or not?
Just a minute. Let me open it and type it right now as you say. Then we see what it says. I don't want. Let me
Okay, I'm going to
I was saying you
copy.
can even format the question if you have it. You can just send the question. I paste it. Maybe for me I'm asking AI the wrong way. I don't know how to talk to it. I don't know how to quote it very well.
But you're saying it to me. I'm asking you. You're saying that the incoming 17 volts goes to 0. You can just ask that question. He was like, look, he has something going in a loop.
Wait. But
which has air.
Okay. So let me say, okay. Lloyd is saying that he had 17 volts.
What is
That was coming from the LEDs, right?
Yeah, it was 17.4 volts coming from the LED lights, which was coming from an outside source. So it's not a closed loop. The US dollar is dead. What is it doing?
So Lloyd is saying that he had the 17 volts from the LED lights, which was coming from an outside source. So it wasn't a closed loop. What is the question now? Was it contributing to the full?
Yeah, we're asking is if you're pulling in 17 volts from an outside source into the source that has high amperage and low voltage, is both of them contributing because it's parallel at the battery? Or does the 17 volts coming in just go to 0 and disappear? You keep asking that question, and I keep saying, ask the question, just like you said. Is that 17 volt just disappearing?
To a system that has high current. To a system that has high current and voltage, will the 17.4 volts contribute?
Let me see what's happening here. Let's do this. Share. Okay. And they. Okay.
So let me wait to see what it will say. You need 120 volts. I did saying that you need 120 volts to input to get 10 amperes out of that down converter.
You need how much?
120 volts.
I don't understand. 120 volts? That's what you said?
Yeah. To get 10 amperes out of 48 to.
What has that? Wait a minute. What does that have to do with the question if the 17 volts goes to 0?
No. That's just a comment. Okay. I mean, it is done. Let me read that one then. Let me read what I was waiting for the AI to finish. Running the question. So the question is here. Let me go to it. So you say that if Lloyd is now stating that the 5 volts LEDs were powered by an outside source, like
Which it is.
yeah, which is
You
that
see what I'm saying? You keep saying it's not, and it is from an outside source.
yeah. So
Okay, so when you confirm, when you ask the question, it says yes. If you look at it, it's a battery attached to the LED light, which is an outside source. Then it'll say, oh, I see it does have an outside source. So sometimes you have to tell it, hey, there's battery right there, and he's got it hooked to that battery, which is an outside source. Then it'll correct itself. Summary. System in this game operates with the input range of. So why does your AI say any of this?
can I read?
I'm stumped on
Can I
why
read?
your AI. I just dropped it into my AI, and it's saying exactly that this is not a closed loop.
Yeah, even this one is not. Let me read. Can I read what it said? It says that by removing the closed loop, I mean, since you're connecting to an external source, it's no longer a perpetual motion machine. Instead, he has simply built a highly inefficient indoor solar charging setup. He's using a wall. He's using that external light, a battery, to light an LED, which shines on solar panel, which charges a battery. It continues to answer your specific question regarding that 17.4 volts. It will contribute. Will it contribute? Will it disappear? And will it be significant? It says that will the 17.4 volts contribute? It says that yes. Technically, because it is an open loop, drawing external energy from the other battery, real energy is entering the system. Any voltage coming from a solar panel that is higher than the battery's current resting voltage will allow an MPPT charge controller to push power into the battery. Then my second question was whether that 17.4 volts will disappear or not. It says yes. The voltage reading will drop, but the energy does not disappear. It transforms a 12-volt battery system. A 12-volt battery system is like a massive heavy ocean of chemical energy. A solar panel is like a smaller water pump. When the 17 volts from the solar panel hits the MPPT charge controller, the controller acts like a transmission. It steps that 17.4 volts down to safely match the battery's charging voltage.
Yes, to match the battery.
Usually around 13.5 to 14.5. The energy is not lost.
Well, no, it drops down to 12, which I explained that is called a bottleneck.
Yeah.
Okay, so I say that in the video.
So let me
If you're
continue.
listening to the video, I'm saying that it drops down to 12 volts.
Let me continue reading. It says that the energy is not lost, it is just converted. By dropping the voltage, the MPPT slightly increases the charging current, which is amperage going into the battery, minus a small percentage lost as heat. So, will this be significant to continue charging the battery or not? It says absolutely not. It will be completely negligible. This is the most common misconception in electrical DIY projects. Voltage does not equal to power. To understand how significant that 17.4 is, you have to know the current of it, like what current is it coming in with. So it says that voltage is just the electrical pressure. Current is the volume of electricity flowing. Power is the actual work being done, which is voltage times amperage you get watts.
Okay.
Having 17 volts is having a pressure.
Wait a minute.
a lot of
So wait a minute.
I need wait.
This is what
Let me finish reading. It says an indoor LED shining on a low light solar panel produces an increasingly tiny amount of current. Even if the panel reads 17.4 volts, it might only be generating 0.05 amperes. If you do the calculation, you get 0.87 watts of actual power. If you connect that 0.087 watts to a battery system that is running a fan, which might pull 2 amperes or at 12 volts, the solar panel's contribution is completely meaningless. It is the equivalent of trying to fill a bathtub with an eyedropper while the drain is wide open. Anyways, you can go ahead. I was just reading the entire thing, yeah?
Okay, but see, again, you have to now ask the question. Because
look, I think for you maybe you don't go through the entire thing. For me,
let me finish the question.
For me, I went through the entire thing. Yeah, I read the entire question the way it was. Yeah.
That the 17 volts contributes. Okay, that's what you said.
Yeah.
It contributes. It doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like the contribution, the contribution is meaningless.
What? But again, you didn't let me finish the question.
Okay. Go ahead.
Contributes to what?
0.87 watts.
No. See, that's what you don't understand the word contribute.
I just read this. I
asked you to say.
I just read.
Does it contribute to the 10 amps and 12 volts?
Look,
you just left it out.
No, Lloyd. I entered your question the way you told me to enter it. You want to say that that I did not put the question the right way?
Wait a minute. We asked, did it contribute? Because this is what you said at first. You said that the voltage, this is clear, that you only get what was going from the silver box, which was the 10 amps and 12 volts. And that the 17 volts just disappeared. We got past that. Because you now said it contributes.
Yeah.
I'm asking specifically to ask the question.
Look.
Does it contribute to the 10 amps, 12 volts? But you keep saying the 17 volts is negligent because you're only getting 17 watts. So you disregarded the 10 amps that's coming in from that step down.
Okay.
That's what contribute means.
Tell me.
If you're contributing the 17 volts to something, and then you take it away, it's not contributing to anything. It's just running by itself.
Tell me how you want me to type that question. Then I'm typing it right now. I think you can see on the screen. Yeah.
In the video, we have 10 amp and 12 volts, which turns on the charge controller, and it is saying that the charge controller is now working because it's working at 12 volts, 10 amps. We then ask, when we add the voltage 17.4 to the system, does it contribute or does it disappear?
I'm going to ask that question.
If it doesn't disappear,
so
then does the voltage and the amperage can we times it together?
Okay.
Volts times amps.
Before I'm typing it, I just want to let you know, like basically for me the question I ask, like, this is AI. You're asking AI, like, can you be able to write for me a good can you be able to write for me a composition or a message? It will say yes. But now for me, I went ahead and asked by how much. You see, I tried to ask like by how much or how good will you make this to be. So can it contribute or not? It said yes. So I went ahead to ask like by how much. That's why it said it was ineligible, like it was meaningless. It was 0.87 watts. It did calculation based on what you're feeding in. But now I'm saying,
yes,
let me type it the way you're saying.
Okay.
You're saying that you want it to be. So the question is like in the video. I think you said that in the video, Lloyd says he has 10 amps and 12 volts from the battery, right? From the main battery.
Right. From the main battery, we're getting 10 amps and 12 volts. we're taking the 17.4 voltage from the solar cell. If it's contributing, then the voltage from the solar panel, which has low amps, that's the number it just quoted, and the amps from the silver box, does it contribute so we can add the voltage and the amperage up since they're at the battery in parallel? Because we already know that we have a bottleneck. That means that the 17 volts is going to get pulled down. That's what the bottleneck means. It's going to get pulled down to 12. And it's only going to let 12 until it runs out of the 17 through that bottleneck. So that means none of the energy disappears. It contributes, but it's only contributing the 14 volts. I'm sorry, the 17 volts. So, what is it contributing to? Is it contributing to the 10 amps and 12 volts?
So you want me to ask if that 17 volts is?
First, one, you want to confirm something. If it's contributing, if it says
it will say yes, but if I ask by how much, it's
we just want to know what it's contributing to.
It is
contributing to what's coming out of that silver box.
It is just the same question with the previous answer. It said that yes, it was contributing, but when I did ask like by how much, it showed that it is something small.
I didn't ask about how much. See, that's the whole. You're changing the answer.
Okay.
I said, what is it contributing to?
Okay. What
is it contributing to that silver box?
What is it?
You keep ignoring the amp from that silver box.
Okay. You can see the question I'm typing. What is it contributing to? Right.
Yes. What is it contributing to? And then you can say specifically, is it contributing to the silver box, which is putting out 10 amps and 12 volts?
That was the step-down converter. And how did he he said right. So 10 amps 12 volts from the battery, and now it's taking 17 volts. What is it contributing to? It was lighting up the LEDs, which is being fed to the system.
Say the silver box, so we can understand what you're asking. Is it contributing to what's coming out of the silver step-down box?
Is what is it contributed? Is it contributed to the step-down converter that was putting out? You say that Just like that, yeah. Let me wait and see what it
I
says.
don't see it.
You don't see it?
No, I'm looking at the video. Oh, wait a minute. The question raises such a system measured in the voltage equal to.
No, maybe you're a little bit behind, but
I'm reading. No, I'm reading it. You're moving it. Where the amps and currents and the LED are following into the battery in between the input and the current manufactured will be lower. It's supposed to drop it down to 12 volts.
no, that one is the previous one. That one was the previous one. Where it went, where I asked what, like if it was helping anything.
Okay, let's do it this way.
So I've asked, I've done it is done with the question. I've just asked like how you told me to ask it like 5 minutes ago. So I think it will make sense for me to read the answer, what it has said. That one, the one that you're reading was from.
Do me a favor.
The one you're reading was from. Yeah.
I want you to copy the link. I just sent you a video on WhatsApp. Copy the link.
Okay.
And then say, is this the same test as the first one?
Okay, I'm going to copy the link, but let me, because for the past like 5 minutes I've been typing it, so it also makes sense to read what it has said. I just put it the way you said, like what is it contributing to?
Yeah.
What is it contributing to? Is it contributing to the step down converter that he says was putting out 10 amperes by 12 volts? So it says that in the video, Lloyd points out to his main display and notes that it shows current of 10 amperes at 12 volts, yeah? Explaining that the input source is 48 volts to 120 volts. That specific device is a DC to DC step down or buck converter. This converter is pulling high voltage energy from an external source, the 48 to 120 input line, and stepping it down to 12 volts to charge a battery. The converter itself is what is actively generating and driving that 10 ampere current. I think up to that point you're okay.
Okay. So
it's just saying what you've been saying, that so it has not yet gotten to the other part, yeah? So is the solar panel?
What you just said. Let me clarify something.
Can I read the?
You keep saying that.
No, I just
understand, but first was understand what you read. You keep saying that it's saying that we're pulling that silver box from an external source. Is that what you said?
Why it said so? Why it said so is because it says there's no way you can use a 12 volts to run a 48 volts to 120 step down converter unless at the beginning of it you had charged it to like you had already charged it to full capacity. I think I already told you that.
Okay, but wait. That's the good part about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that you got that answer, and it's claiming something I didn't do because I am taking it from the battery, and it's claiming that I got it from an external source. Okay. So now we go back to my old experiment, which I was doing. That means I did this more than once, but I did it more clearly.
So you don't want me to read the entire. I just asked the same thing that you asked, but the thing is, it's saying that no, it does not contribute. The solar panel is completely separate from the step down converter and does not contribute to its 10 ampere put out. You say that it is putting out. You say that it is putting out 10. You say that it is putting out 10. It's saying that it doesn't add to it, Lloyd. I think if it was able to add to it, you will have solved this thing a long time ago.
Let's slow down just a minute. So that's why I asked it. See, and this is where it will
Look,
change its mind.
I'm
Saying.
just putting the question you're
I
putting them.
know I know
When
that
it
you're
gives
reading. I'm not denying that you're reading that. I'm
when
asking
it
you.
gives a question, when it gives an answer that you don't like, you suddenly
No, I'm trying to
let okay,
clarify
okay,
something.
let's avoid
See,
that. Let me copy the link. What do you want me to ask the question
okay.
on this new video?
No, I just want you to make the simple question.
Yeah, I'm just
Is
following
this
you
the
up, but
same
you
experiment?
don't want me to
Is
read
this the
the
same?
answers. You just want me to read the answers where it says yes. When I get to a
Wait
point
a
where it
minute.
says no, you don't want to to
Okay, but
to
wait a minute.
accept it
Wait a minute.
anymore.
Listen to what
But
I'm saying. If you understand what I'm saying,
I'm listening.
I'm not
I'm
going through it or debating. I'm just saying.
watch the screen.
Is this the same?
Yeah. You want me to say, is this the same experiment?
Is this the same experiment that he did in his video that we just went over? And then copy and paste that link I gave you.
Yeah. If you say that you're watching me on the phone, if you or where you're watching me, if you try to pull that bar to the current side where, like, the current minute where I am now, you'll see me typing the same thing. So I'm saying that, is this the same experiment that he did in the other video, right? In the first video.
What the video we're talking about? In the video we're talking about, is this the same experiment?
Okay. But I'm not changing anything. I'm just typing the other one. I just typed the question you said, and even the AI itself said that you are pulling 10. Say that you are taking the 10 amps like how you are saying. But when it got to where it now wants to say no in regards to if this is adding anything to it, then you don't want me to continue.
The reason why
So,
I'm saying this
you
is
know,
because in the first video I do the wiring. I do it slowly so people can see how I wired the system. You can see the battery in the system, and the one that we just got through talking about is saying that it's an external source because they can't see where the energy is coming from. But in my first one that I did using the MPP charger, it shows with the battery, it shows the loop, it shows that the energy is coming from. And then when you add the solar, what I did the simulated solar so we could read the volts and amps that's going into the system, when it added it in there, it started charging the system. So all we need to do is saying, is this the same? Is it the same experiment that we're doing? Is both these videos the same experiment? That's all, and then it'll tell you, because then it'll break down what was being done.
You see, the reason why, yeah, I'm typing that one and I'm gonna run it, but I just remembered something also. I don't know who emailed me. There's someone who did email me, and he was saying that there's that the mistake that you made on your system. He say, for him, he was saying that your system works, but the mistake that you made was using a 48 volt to 120 step down converter. And for him, he was saying that he wants to do the same experiment, but he will use, I think, 24. Is it 12 to 24 or 24 to 12? I think something like that. Because
no, it's a 36 volts. It's a 36 volt battery, but it doesn't matter what the battery level is. The whole point is that
your battery is your battery is 36 volts, not 12 volts.
Yes, it's 36 volts, but you're going to, well, you're not watching the video, so you won't know. So you can ask that question if you want to put that in there. What's the battery level? What's coming out of that battery? Because it's in the video.
Okay, so yeah, I was just trying to Google elsewhere whether a 12 volt battery can run a 48 volts to 120 volt step down converter, and it said no, that the input value you need has to be, even 36 voltage battery says cannot directly run a 48 to 120 volt battery. I was just trying to.
But see,
That's
we
different. It's
but
not.
that's a whole different
That's
that's
just a
a whole
different.
different question.
Yeah. So it means
And that's why I said we're jumping,
it means
and what we're trying to do is establish
it means your
if
system
this is the same.
you are inputting something else, either an external to run that. Either the step down wasn't running at all, or I don't know. But let me just so I'm telling it, analyze this video, watch it, watch it. So I've put the link, uh, and compare if this video we talked about so for you what do you want it to say, that it is the same or not the same?
Yeah, are the two experiments the same?
So the question is, are the two experiments the same?
Yeah, because I tried to duplicate what I did the first time. That was my point of doing the video, was to redo the experiment from the first video that I did.
Okay.
They may be two different batteries, but it's the same experiment.
Okay, it is analyzing, assessing the new video. Let me read some comments. ID says that the battery is 12 volts because the charge controller says so. That is in regards to when you say that the battery was 36 volts. Travan is saying that, lol, yeah. Yo, Travan, I hope you're doing good. Producer was here. I don't know if producer is still around. Producer, I hope you're doing great. It is analyzing the video. I think it might be done. Let me check. So it's saying, based on the video you shared, no, this is not the exact same physical experiment as the first prototype, but it is a larger scale-up version testing the same concept, the exact same concept. It continues. Should I continue or?
No, I'm just saying that if you're saying it's not, and then you're saying that it is, it's just scaled up. Does that make sense to you? How can it be both? It's either the same experiment, which I told you I'm using a bigger battery, but is it the same experiment?
Maybe.
So if it's the same experiment,
the good thing is,
if it's the same
the good thing is we are humans, so we can just play it and see even on our own if it's the same or not. According to it, it's saying that like you're doing the same concept, usually the concept that you do, but now you are testing it up like on a larger scale. But I think AI, it is you who uses AI a lot, so you know. So basically the way AI sees it is it like the copy of the same or not? So it's saying that no, that video is not the copy of the same, but it is the same concept that you do or the same experiments that you do, but now in this video, the new one, you are doing it on a larger scale. Like, it doesn't mean, what it means is in the first video, if you began by saying that, hey, my name is Lloyd, I'm here today to show you this. Like in the second video did not start as, hey, my name is Lloyd, I'm here today to show you this. You began differently, but you are doing the same concept, but now on a larger scale. That is what AI says.
Yes. Okay, but I just told you that I'm using a 36-volt battery in that first experiment, and I'm using a 12-volt for this one. I just wanted to know if we were doing the same experiment. Now that we know that we are doing the same experiment, now you can ask it, why is it the voltage from that simulated solar contributing to the amps in the battery? Why is it charging? You now can ask that question. Because if it's the same experiment and we just went over the thing that says that no, it's not going to contribute, then you can see for itself in the video. You can ask the question. In this video, He puts in a low voltage and a low amperage to something that has a high amperage and is charging the system.
Okay, should the question
Where it
you say
wasn't at first. You see, that's what I said. When you look at it, it was like, wait a minute. So why is this experiment working and the other one is not?
no, it does not say that it is working. I've just asked it if it is the same or not. You want me to ask it if it works or not?
Yeah, you can ask that. The
Or you
whole
or,
point
or you
I'm
had
saying
do,
is,
or you had a
hold on. Let's get something established.
did you have a
You're
specific
saying,
question?
are you saying it's not the experiment or it is? Are we running into definitions or the thing, because you keep saying it is not exactly the same experiment. It's on a larger scale. So what does that mean? So we need to clarify that. What does that mean? Is it the same experiment with different size batteries, or is it totally different and they're not related at all?
It says that in this video,
I'm reading something different.
in this video, Lloyd Stovall is demonstrating what are you using? I'm using a Gemini Pro, by the way. He calls looping, where he takes energy from a battery and loops it back into the solar input to continuously charge the system. He specifically addresses how this compares to his other experiments. So what do you want me to ask it if this works or not? Because I just asked it to compare the two. And the difference, I was telling you that according to AI, like AI, is it saying like, am I asking like, is
this ask it is the battery charging in that system that we just went over?
It's the battery charging in this system. But Lloyd, you tell me to ask AI some questions that you don't want me to read the full answers. Is the battery charging this system? Is the battery charging in this experiment?
And it's not a closed loop. Do you see where it says Lloyd's setup is a closed loop? Now, if you see me have something to the side, how is it a closed loop if you see me bringing something in from another source? Do you understand that someone is trying to say that this is a closed loop, and is saying, if you ask the question, how is this a closed loop if he's bringing an outside source in from that battery charger? So how is that closed loop?
I'm waiting. It is replying the answer, but Stravman is saying that the reason why the solar panel is at 0 is because it's not tuned to the same frequency of incident light for efficiency. That's from Stravman. It's just a comment that I was reading. But AI is still generating the answer, saying that addressing the inquiry. Hello.
I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, sorry.
What I'm reading on this thing is saying that Lloyd's setup is a closed loop, has zero external energy. That's what I'm reading. As a matter of fact, I'm copying the channel because I'm asking, how is it saying that I got a closed loop if I'm bringing energy in? And that's what we've been talking about all night. If I'm bringing energy in, how is it saying I got a closed loop? Are we reading the same thing, or is that somebody just typing that in there?
It's saying so. Why can't we let me just play the video, then we see it, because I think I've not seen the video. But Lloyd, it is you who uses AI and trust AI all along. For me, I don't trust AI because I know it hallucinates. But for you, in a set, you trust all the answers that you give it. But I think with AI, it depends on how you ask it.
No, I don't trust all the answers get in. If you read some of my comments, I I catch AI saying something that doesn't make sense all the time. And I put those things out on the channel, and I says, look what it just said. You know, it's not doing this calculations right. It's not what's name. So when you ask specific questions, you kind of corner it into what it's saying. That's why I said, are these two things the same? You can't say it's not the same, but it is the same.
You see, for me, to be honest, maybe I don't know a lot about this stuff you're doing, but I usually
that's the reason why
wait. But I usually have a very good memory, and I remember sometime last year when we were using AI a lot of people were saying like you should not trust AI, it's giving you wrong answers. And Lloyd all the time was saying that no, it depends with how you ask it. For me, I ask it the good way. I think that time you're using Pro for ChatGPT or something. You say that also it depends on the model you're using.
Stuff like that. I use 100 different. It shows you an answer.
Okay, we're downstairs.
The eyes that I had over
so
30, 40
what
that one.
What I'm just trying to say is for you keep on changing statements sometimes. So I know for now there's a video you did and you said that sometimes AI can lie and stuff like that. But I know back then, I think a year ago, and I think even it was during one of my live stream, you are defending it a lot and you say it doesn't lie. But again, that's not an issue because sometimes we change perspectives as time goes on about something. But about this system, for me, I feel like I wanted to do an interview, separate one. You let me know if you still believe that you know the type of tech that Max was doing. But I think we'll do it later, and my live is about 27 minutes. Let me just play this video. We see it.
Okay.
Do the experiment for people who looked at the video, the last video we did. You start to understand that we're talking about looping, and we were talking about the other side of the coin over unity. As we start to show you how we do these things and explain them, you'll start to understand that I am the originator of both technologies.
It is on the screen. I was saying that maybe on your side you're still like somewhere behind in.
Yeah.
In the stream, you can click it.
I'm reading comments.
Yeah, you can click it to the you can try to push it towards the end side. I think you'll see it.
Oh yeah. I see it now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 36 volt battery. I can see this 36 volt battery. I put it out there so people can see that I'm hooking it into the system.
Yeah. Let me continue playing.
People don't like to accept it, but it's a stolen technology, and people made up false information about it because they didn't understand what and how it functions. But right now, we're going to cover looping, which is the other side of the coin of over unity. Now, looping in this system is bigger. We did a smaller version so we can break it down so people could see how if you had two solar cells, that one can run in the loop, making sure this whole system has power because the lights stay on, and then you have another one to give energy to charge your phone. That was just a small demonstration. In this demonstration, we're going to go much bigger because this is a 60 amp. And we want you to notice these cords, okay, which is at the battery terminal, okay? And there's only one set of cords, and we're going to put two set of cords. So when we plug in our battery, the system will come on, and this will be explained that power is going into our system. Okay, so let's do number one. And our system is coming up. It noticed what type of battery. And let's hit enter. And it says it's got 37.58 volts on this battery. Nothing's coming in from the solar, which you can see on this side right here. And this is the battery. This is the wattage. This is the amperage. Okay. So we understand we plugged in this battery. So where does the loop come in? Let's set that up. Okay, we got it set up here. We have two cables coming out of it. The same terminal. Let's look at this. This is the battery terminal. And we have two sets of cable, positive and negative, positive and negative. This one goes to the battery. And these two right here are the jumper cables, okay? And we're going to put those jumper cables into the solar, jumping from the battery over to the solar. Meaning that whatever battery power we have is going to go through the solar and back into the battery. If that's not a loop, please comment and say this is not a loop and tell us what it is. Okay? Don't leave us hanging. Just explain. If I take the wires coming from the battery, loop it back over here, and you'll...
Did you just say that it is a loop? But I think for you, you're still a little bit behind. I did say that this is not the same battery. No, this is from way back 2 years ago. This is from 2 years ago.
I know it is, but just because I changed the battery doesn't change the experiment.
I don't. Yeah.
Do you disagree with that?
No, it doesn't change the experiment. So I don't know.
Okay.
We continue to watch. I'd gotten to a point where you say that this is a loop. Huh?
Yeah, this is the loop, but I'm going to bring in because
so
when you see the loop,
is it an open loop, or because when my AI said closed loop, you got angry? You said no.
No.
So
but I explain it.
It's an open loop.
A battery. I'm saying it in the video.
Yeah.
The battery cannot charge the battery.
Mm.
So if you keep watching, you hear me say that.
Okay.
You'll see it up on the thing that the battery is not charging, and I'm pointing to it and say, "See, this battery is not charging."
Yeah, I'm continuing. I don't know. Maybe should I start another stream, or this stream is about to end in about a minute? Are you okay to continue being on, or you want to go to bed?
Yeah. Continue, because I want you to get to the point where we're trying to understand: is the solar that I'm bringing in, which is going to be at a lower level, contributing to what the battery is putting out? If the battery is going in the loop and you add an outside source to that system, do they contribute, or does it go to zero?
You want me to ask AI that one? Or should I, or I continue watching? Let's continue watching first and see how it goes. So once this stream ends, of course, I'm going to start another one immediately. Then we continue to see. I see the video is like 30 minutes. This is way longer than the other one. So then we go through the entire thing. Then I think once I watch it all, I think I'll understand. Because
wait a minute, can you hear it? Can you actually hear it talking? Can they hear it talking?
Yeah, but for now,
so then you'll hear me explain it step by step. So keep going.
Yeah. So you say that you want to hear it talking.
Yeah, I can't hear it talking, but if you guys can hear it talking, you hear me say that the battery cannot charge a battery because it's showing it up on the screen and I'm pointing to it. Okay? Yeah. So if I'm telling you that it's not, then I says, okay, now we're going to add in the solar. The solar is going to tell you exactly what it's adding in and what it's not, because it shows the amperage and it shows the